welcome to the morning tea. I'm Alex Shipman, of course, and I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Mr. Courtney Revolution. How you doing, Courtney?
Hello, happy Monday. Good morning to the morning. Well, not good morning to the morning team, but good morning to the team tribe. Hello, I am Courtney Revolution. Girl, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, Mondays are always hard. I had a very busy weekend, so I'm just trying to catch up on a few hours of sleep right after the show. I am going to chill out today and just, do some work around the house. How was your weekend, Courtney?
Listen, it was a very good weekend. I did everything that I said I wanted to do. I got up, I cleaned around the house. I feel like I used the weekend to really sort of like recheck and reset myself. Like I had like, when you have like things that you need to do and you're just like, like overload. So I just sort of took the weekend off to try to get some rest, relax before I go ahead and tackle those things today. I need to like make a list. You're a lister, Alex? 'Cause I'm like a list and I like do a little check emoji next to each. And like my goal is to have more checks than not today.
But sometimes those weekends, honestly, are the best. Like a reset weekend is really good for the soul. You just kind of like take a break and you're like, okay, now I can handle life again. But everyone needs that, I feel like,
Yes. If you don't have a break or a moment to blow off steam or anything like that, there's a chance that you will blow up and lose it. And we don't want that to happen for you guys. So make sure that you take breaks, give your brain a moment to cool down so that you can get yourself back to being the best.
Yes, but you know what else I did this weekend? I caught up on a lot of new shows. Courtney, have you seen The Undoing on HBO with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant? It's the creator of Big Little Lies. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. What's that about, girl?
Oh my gosh. It's this wealthy family in New York that have a lot of secrets. And you got to see it. I mean, I can't explain it to you because you just have to see it. But one comes out every weekend on Sundays. Mm-hmm. So I'm only on episode 4, but you're hooked. I also watched The Queen's Gambit. Have you checked that out yet?
No. What's The Queen and her Gambit, girl?
The Queen's Gambit's on Netflix, and it's basically about this 1950s orphanage, and this girl's like a chess prodigy. It sounds weird, but again, she also has like an addiction we don't know about. It's really good. Lots of layers. Also hooked on that.
But the chess prodigy jumped out. My dad loves chess, so I might recommend it to him. Be like, you want to get into some queens and all her gambits and all her pawns, girl. Get it? What is it? What is it? The Queen's Gambit?
Queen's Gambit. Oh, Tina says, Alex, I really want to see that show. I'm glad you did because now I want to see it more. Yeah, some of the T-Tribe has checked it out. It's good. Wesley said, I'm doing Rich People and Mystery in New York. That's exactly what it's about. It's really, really good. Perfect. And then I also saw what we're going to be talking about today, the People's Choice Awards. Great show last night. And yes, everyone, I saw Naz doing the red carpet, the pre-show. She looked incredible. So excited for our girl. Yeah, she was looking fire. Did an amazing job. So that was awesome. Always want to see our friends and fellow hosts win. So good for her. But it was a great show. Did you have time to check it out, Courtney?
Now, Alex, I did not watch nobody's People Choice Awards. However, I did watch like little clips here and there so that I could feel like I was in the know. You watched the full, right?
The full, except like the last 10 minutes, I ended up falling asleep. But, the things that we're breaking down today, I definitely saw because we have a lot to talk about. Let me just let you know what we got on the show today because it is some hot tea, of course, everything that happened at, last night's People's Choice Awards, from Ellen's thanking her staff, which was a little interesting, to J-Lo's amazing acceptance speech. She was the people's icon. Jordan Woods is hiring she did hire a mariachi band for Carl Anthony Towns' birthday. This is funny. We'll show you a clip of that. Plus, Taylor Swift is talking about her relationship with Joe Alwyn. And, we only get little snippets here and there of their relationship. So we'll learn more about that. along with our girl Ariana teasing out her new music video for 34 plus 35. And for our OMT story of the day, we're talking about Demi Lovato. Of course, she hosted the People's Choice Awards last night. But her monologue, she touched on, that infamous engagement, now non-engagement, and made a little joke about it. So we will speculate all about that and more. So stick around for that because it's kind of funny. It's something that, of course, we never want to hear about again, but we still have to talk about. And she finally addressed it, right?
Yeah, I won't get too much into it because we're obviously going to get into it. But very, very, very interesting moment to choose to sort of break the ice on that particular topic, if you will.
Right. Yeah. So T-Tribe, of course, if you're just joining us, let us know in the chat where you watching the morning tea from this morning. We love to hear all the exotic beaches and non-beaches that you watch the show from. Sometimes I vacation to the T-Tribe, you know what I mean? Because we have to fantasize vacations these days. And when I see a member from the Bahamas, I'm on the beach with them. In New York, I'm getting that East Coast energy. We do it all here.
Listen, you take on some of that energy. You're like, oh my God, I'm from the Netherlands. You're like, I'm taking on that Netherlands energy. I feel that. It makes sense. So tell us where you are watching with your peepers from today.
Oh, we got Monica's coming from India. Cass is joining us from Chicago, Illinois. Josefina is coming from the exotic mountains of Utah. Hey, Utah is beautiful, so that's cool. Heaven is joining us from the UK. That's awesome.
Yes. Shout out to the UK.
Yeah. Oh, we got someone from British Columbia. And the Netherlands. See,
there y'all go, the Netherlands. Conchita. Yeah. Conchita, yes.
Oh, and Courtney, I see our girl Mika from Nebraska. I think we need a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia. And we see ya, Miss Mika. Go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Monday to Mika. It's always nice to meet you, especially when you're in Nebraska, which is all the time, girl. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning to Miss Mika and the rest of the T-Tribe. So, Courtney, it's about that time. Why don't you pour up that hot water and let's spill this tea because we have a fire hot, piping hot, wonderful hot tea to spill.
Yes, ma'am.
So little time.
There's a tea bag in here, girl, but when it comes with a little piece to hold it outside the mug, girl, she done broke off. So if y'all see no tea bag holder, that's because she broke off. Real quick before we cheers, let's shout out Natalie. Natalie is saying, good morning, T-Tribe. Hello from the UK with a hot tea because it's cold and rainy. Love you. Shout out to you, Natalie. Stay warm on those brisk UK. It's probably 4 something out there, maybe, girl. Be safe and be warm. Cheers, girl.
Shout out to Natalie. Cheers. What tea do we have today, Courtney?
Ironically, the reason why I got so excited for Natalie is because I'm drinking English breakfast today.
Well, that is very on brand. Love a good theme.
Girl, I got something on my face, girl. Y'all saw that? What's that?
No.
Made a little call from heaven, girl. Ariana, get out of the studio, girl. Get out.
A quick little dribble of tea before we get into You Missed It.
This is a splash, girl.
This is splash. Well, let me give you a splash of You Missed It. These are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry. Courtney and I handle the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about my girl J-Lo. Accepted the Icon of the Year award last night at E's People's Choice Awards. J-Lo was honored for her work over the past few decades, from her beginnings as Jenny on the Block to her recent Super Bowl 2020 performance with Shakira that we will never forget. Before accepting the award, J-Lo was sent a couple of video messages from friends Renee Zellweger, Nicole Kidman. Speaking of Nicole Kidman, who both gushed over J-Lo and her win. She also got some support from her twins, Em and Max, as well. It was really, really cute. They were up on the screen kind of watching her on stage. It was a really nice personal touch. Of course, the shows are virtual this year, so it's hard to feel that energy of the audience, but she had everyone close to her supporting her. It was really cool. She gave an amazing speech that spoke to the struggles of this year, working hard towards her dreams and never giving up. And then she concluded her speech with this. She said, quote, "The true measure is inspiring girls in all ages and all colors from all over the world to know you can do whatever you want, as many things as you want, and to be proud of who you are, no matter where you come from. I want them to know your dreams are limited only by your imagination, determination, and their willingness to never give up." So, love this, of course. T-Tribe, you know how I feel about J-Lo, but really just through her speech, you could see how emotional and how touched she was. And you could kind of understand, 2020 has been hard for everyone. Celebrity or not, we've all been through the ringer. And I really felt that through her speech. And also, it was interesting to learn kind of about the struggles she faced and the adversity being a Latina woman and this triple threat. Like the thing we love most about J-Lo, she had a tough time kind of getting everyone on her train to allow her to be this singer, actress, dancer, and this triple threat that we love about her. So, Courtney, how did you, did you enjoy J-Lo's speech? Tell us what you thought.
I thought that her speech was really interesting. I don't know about you, Alex. You might feel differently, but as a kid, I never expected J-Lo specifically to be sort of like this icon. But through her work in many different business ventures, she was able to sort of make a really big dream happen. And it is something to sort of be like, oh my God, she did that. Now, I know y'all have y'all own opinions about J-Lo. And right now, those things really don't matter because at the end of the day, J-Lo, she's collecting her flowers. And I do think, despite those things that people may be critical of, I do want to make it clear that I think that she deserves those flowers because, like you said, Alex, she is sort of like this triple threat. It will be different if J-Lo were like just a singer, but she sings, she acts, she dance, she twirl up on the pole, she's a great mother, businesswoman, she does a lot of different things. So it was interesting hearing her speech, and I thought it was a good one, and it was cute to see her kids.
Yeah, super cute. I always not forget, but like when you think of celebrities, you forget when they're parents as well, that they have, children they look after and all of that because they're so untouchable that when you bring their children in or their family, it becomes this, real person that you don't always remember.
Yeah. It was humanizing to see her kids pop up on that screen. It's like, oh, J-Lo from the block, not just J-Lo on the 6. She ain't just on the 6 train, she's on the mommy train at the carpool. So I feel that.
Yeah, all right. Well, something else that was interesting is this next story about Ellen DeGeneres, who also won at the People's Choice Awards last night for Best Talk Show. So Ellen began her acceptance speech by thanking the staff of her show after the controversy surrounding the production of the talk show earlier this year swept social media. So Ellen said this. She said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. From deep down in my heart, I thank you. I'm not only accepting this award for myself, I'm accepting it on the behalf of my amazing crew, my amazing staff who make this show possible. They show up every single day. They give 100% of themselves 100% of the time." So as we know, Ellen had a very rocky 2020 already. Do you think that this acceptance speech shows a move in the right direction, or does Ellen still have a ways to go before she is kind of liked again, for lack of better words, in the eyes of the public? Liked is not the right word, but kind of the scandal is put to rest. Like, what do we think?
First, I want to ask the T-Tribe, do y'all forgive Ellen for what allegedly has come out about her workplace conditions, staff, etc.? Obviously, we should be inclined to forgive everyone, right, Alex, in general. Yeah. However, I don't know. I feel like Ellen winning awards, I feel like, girl, you was just telling people not to look look you in the eye just a few minutes ago, and now you're back to winning awards. Um, I'll say this: if we were in 2020 and this were like Tyra instead of Ellen, she would not be winning any awards, and y'all know why. For me personally, I don't think that Ellen moving on or her apologies are really for me to accept because I wasn't really a huge fan of her show and the culture of it like that. So I will leave it up to, you guys that really were, watching her every day. I know people in my own personal life that watch Ellen like religiously every single day. For me, I feel like it was a little too soon. How do you feel, Alex?
I feel as well. I'd be lying if I didn't do like a double take when they announced Ellen's name and I saw her come on stage. I still think it needs time to settle. It's also ironic. She's thanking her staff. That some of that staff, which is no longer there, they did the right thing. They let that staff go. That's kind of what it's all about. So I feel like this internal struggle, because I think there is staff, because I have friends that do work for Ellen that are honest, genuine people, and I'm sure get a bad rap, and it's tough to kind of be on that team and have worked so hard, and people kind of look down upon you because of other people's kind of mistakes. So
Yeah.
I agree in a way for her defending some of the staff, but it's also ironic. It's just weird timing. I still think it needs time to settle. I also don't necessarily, she kind of make like, she's Ellen, she's a comedian. She made like a quick joke at the end, and I don't know, personally, and I was a fan of Ellen. I still want to be a fan of Ellen. And I just need time. I don't think she should be joking yet, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just feel like, girl, way too soon. And this is another example of cancel culture sort of choosing who still has a career and who doesn't when the dust settles. You know how I'll say sometimes like, well, Alex, cancel culture isn't real. And this, y'all, is one example. You see, because Ellen is able to not only continue to have her show, but now she's awarded and rewarded for the work that she's done on it. Ain't that crazy, girl? That's interesting how Hollywood work, girl, up in the hills, girl.
Yeah, and there is a lot of politics involved. E is part of NBC Universal. Ellen's show is on NBC. There are other things, that we don't remember or know about. Why people win awards. There's politics involved.
Yeah.
However, this is supposed to be the People's Choice Awards. The people are supposed to vote for it. So clearly, she still has a lot of fans that are supporting her.
Yeah.
But let's move on to this next story about Jordyn Woods. Some lighter news, because Jordyn romanced basketball star Karl Anthony Towns, her new boo, with a sweet birthday gift. So he turned 25 yesterday, and to commemorate the occasion, Jordyn hired a mariachi band to play for him. So the couple shared a dance together before heading into... Oh, here it is. Here, take a look. So there they are. Then they head out to the San Diego Zoo for an animal adventure. Now, the couple have been adorable ever since news of their relationship became official back in September on Instagram. What did you think of this birthday present, Courtney and T-Tribe? And do you think they have what it takes to go the distance?
I know that I don't want a mariachi band on my birthday. Maybe like a Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift cover band for my birthday. Like, maybe that's a little bit more interesting. Maybe he's really into mariachi music. Girl, maybe they have a really special dinner or memory or something like that with a mariachi band. Girl, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not for me, but I do think that there was like this element of like, oh, how sentimental this is, and like funny and comedic. And I like them together, and I want to see more of them together. But also, girl, I'm thirsty. Like, Jordyn, we need a vlog every single week so we can see your romance, girl, and see inside. But also, the real wannabe professional in me knows that that's not a good idea, girl, because the girls are watching. But I want more. I kind of like the feeling that every time Jordyn does something, which is really nothing, I'm always like, oh, well, I want to see more. I want to know more about that. So good job. Keep being the it girl in my mind.
Yeah, no, it was cute. I mean, a mariachi band makes anyone laugh, and it's enjoyable. Like you said, they must have some inside joke with the mariachi band because it's a little random to have them show up at your door. So it has to be something between them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
all in all, they seem to be really cute and in love and going strong. So I'm happy they have found each other. We mentioned on the show before, they have a lot in common. You know, they both lost parents and were there for each other during that time. So they have more to the relationship and in common than we even know about. And so I'm happy to see them doing well.
Yeah, me too.
But
Shout out to them.
speaking of relationships we don't know a lot about, Courtney, Taylor Swift
Oh.
gave a rare interview that touched on her relationship with Joe Alwyn for the cover of Rolling Stone's latest magazine. First of all, she was on the cover with Paul McCartney, which is the coolest part about this. And then she opened up about her relationship with Joe and how it has grounded her despite her superstardom. So Taylor said this, quote, I think that in knowing him and being in the relationship I am in now, I've definitely made decisions that have made my life feel more like a real life and less like just a storyline to be commented on in the tabloids. So Joe Alwyn has been a bit of a mysterious figure in Taylor's usually overly public life. While most of the boyfriends have famously turned into broken-hearted love songs, Joe has kind of stayed the course, and it sounds like still very much makes Taylor happy, but we don't hear much about him. So Taylor also did win an award last night at the People's Choice Awards, taking home the trophy for Soundtrack Song of 2020 with the song Only the Young from her Netflix documentary Miss Americana, which was great also. Courtney, what did you think of the interview? And do you think Taylor and Joe can stand the test of time?
I love the interview, and I get that it's cute to sort of get like the little nuggets about Taylor and Joe. I wanted to ask you, Alex, do you think the reason why Joe and Taylor are okay is because maybe potentially a lot of Taylor's exes had a little bit of thirst for the spotlight in some way, excluding Harry Styles? Um, yeah, that's what the question that sort of came to mind, because like in the interview, Joe is just always talking about how he's chilling, like he doesn't really want to be a part, like he's in love with this woman and not really the persona. Do y'all feel like maybe some of the others, maybe not all of them, I won't even throw all of them in there, but some of the others, realized what a whirlwind being Taylor Swift's boyfriend was and decided that they wanted to participate instead of actual romance?
Yeah, I think a lot goes into this relationship kind of lasting. I think that to echo your point, I think, a lot of her previous relationships were celebrities that were more in the headlines and more in the spotlight and kind of seek that out, liked the public life of a celebrity. Whereas Joe, she mentions in this interview, and we kind of have seen it, he's more private. He doesn't necessarily, get in the tabloids. He's just like a chill guy. So I think that's it. I also think age comes into perspective. She's older now. She knows what she wants. She's not kind of messing with guys that, won't treat her well so I think that goes into perspective. And I think just as simple as we don't know anything about Joe. We only get snippets here and there.
Yeah.
And I think that is a testament to why they have lasted, because they aren't public about their relationship. And as a fan, I know I want to learn more about Joe. I don't know about you, but like I would enjoy even more snippets here and there. But I think that's why they've lasted.
Alex, one more thing before we move on, because I'm curious to know how you and the T Tribe are thinking. This just popped into my brain. People, I won't even be annoying right now. Women and men, people specifically, sorry y'all, I don't want to be ignorant. Do y'all feel like it's a good thing for maybe younger people, like maybe like 16, 17, 18, 19, to sort of see Swift to go through sort of her dating phases, and now that she's, basically 30, she can sort of like chill down and settle. Do you believe in that idea, Alex, that while you're in your 20s, you should, date not a lot of people, but, or maybe it is a lot of people, date, a diverse roster of people until you find out what you like and then settle when you feel like it's right? There are some people that feel like the second you find love, you lock it down and you get married and you have a baby and X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I was wondering if y'all realized and or agreed with that all Taylor did when we were younger was just, live out her 20s, and we all labeled her all of these negative things. And now that she's really, coming to herself as a woman, she has found Joe, she's settled down. That's like her idea, celebrity idea of settling down, and we move on. How interesting to look back at that in hindsight. You know all the things that they were saying about Taylor Swift, and she was just dating. She was just being a young lady.
Right. Yeah. No, I think everyone's journey is different. As we know, some people meet the love of their life very young, like that's what high school sweethearts are all about. Or, you grew up, childhood friends and you fall in love. Everyone has a different journey. But I think your 20s are for experimenting. I know my 20s were filled with that. And you find out what you like, what you don't like. And it's your time to kind of be free and young, make your mistakes. And then you get to a certain age, towards your 30s, where you're like, okay, I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And what I don't like is never coming back in my life. And that's it, So, yeah, I agree with you. Take your 20s to have your fun, make your mistakes, and learn your lessons. That's what it's for.
Yeah, and you could wind up happy like Taylor Swift, too. Bam.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Really take all the time you need because, listen, you got the rest of your life to figure out what you want.
40, 50, 60, don't give up, because you never know who might come right into your atmosphere and sweep you off your feet. Period.
True. Very true. Okay. Speaking of period, listen to Kesha's new podcast because I don't even know what that meant. She's ready to open up the X-Files with her fans on a new podcast dropping this week, November 20th. On her new podcast, Kesha and the Creepies, the pop star will dive into the urban legends, astrology, and more. Kesha told Entertainment Weekly that her new podcast with the iHeartMedia Network is something she is incredibly excited to share with fans. She said this, quote, "I'm existentially pleased and molecularly stoked to be premiering my new podcast, Kesha and the Creepies. I've had so many experiences in this incarnation that I just can't ignore or explain, and I've always been fascinated by supernatural subjects, the unexplainable, and people exploring alternative thought and lifestyles. Now, the first episode will feature Alice Cooper." This is crazy. And then Kesha has interviews with Trippie Redd, Tyler Henry, Whitney Cummings, and more lined up for the rest of the season. Now, Halloween might be over, but Kesha is keeping the spooky season alive. Courtney, are you interested in listening to Kesha's new podcast?
Well, listen, I want to give Kesha some credit and a shout out, because if we're not buying the music like that and we're not buying your makeup palette, you got to move on. You know how some celebrities, artists, what have you, they harp on that one thing even though it's not doing anything? With Kesha, I feel like if it's not catastrophically working, she moves on, and I appreciate that about her as a career, like in terms of her career and as a brand. This is right up her alley, because we know that Kesha is the spooky ookie. We know that she is probably like making mud pies and stuff, and like hanging out with her mom on the porch and stuff. And so I see this, like I feel like this is appropriate. This is like not strange. This is like, if you love the weird, creepy, oddity stuff, if you love Kesha, if you like haven't showered in 4 days, like this is going to be the podcast for you, and I support it. This is interesting, and it's something different. Yeah. And Kesha not only is incredibly intelligent, which a lot of people don't, it like doesn't translate unless you like do the homework, but her IQ is incredibly high. And so I think that she'll get this all together, and it'll be like a really stellar project. This is the moneymaker, Kesha. No more cruises because of COVID, because she was trying to make some money with the cruises, girl. No more cruises until we can all be around each other, but we will take a podcast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is very on brand for Kesha. I love astrology and urban legends and all this stuff. So like I may even tune in. But I just got to talk about the title for a second, because if you ever put Alex in the Creepies, if you wanted me to do something with you and you had the Creepies in the title, I don't think I could be a part of that project.
That's like a band, girl, like an 80s band. Alex and the Creepies, girl.
Courtney and the Creepies. Hey, that has a ring to it. Would you do Courtney and the Creepies?
Girl, could you just imagine you waiting for my concert, girl, and there's a big curtain and all you hear is, it's time to get creepy! And then the curtain falls. I come up out the floor, girl. All right, it's time to get creepy! Girl, I can see it now, girl. A skull with a C and an R right in the top of the temple, girl. We gonna get it started, girl. You gonna announce me? I'll give you the bad girl. You gonna announce me, girl? I'll give you the bad girl. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I would not want the Creepies in my title, but maybe we could do Alex and the Amazings or Alex and the Astrologists, but not Alex and the Creepies, because no one's listening to Alex and the Creepies. Kesha and the Creepies works, though. Let me just say.
Alex and the Amazing. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
You're on one of the episodes.
Alex and the Astrologist. She's out of this world. Oh my God, I hear it. Girl, yeah, we got the tagline, girl. She's out of this world. Yes. Bam.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, that's it. That's all we have for today. No, just kidding. We have more. Lots more. And we're talking about Justin Bieber, who won big at the People's Choice Awards over the weekend, capping it off with a couple of standout performances of some of his recent songs. So Justin won Male Artist of 2020, and he also graced the stage with performances of his songs Lonely and Holy. He started off backstage to give a personal touch to Lonely. It was kind of him and then Benny Blanco alone on the piano, and that's it, in kind of like a lonely area. And then he sprung onto stage with a neon lit Holy, and there were crosses behind him. The visual was pretty awesome. He didn't win for any of his songs this year, but still managed to pull Male Artist. So Courtney, did you enjoy his performances? T-Tribe, what'd you think about Justin?
It wasn't like my favorite Justin performance. Y'all know me. I'm looking for something that's undeniably good when it comes to Justin at this point in his career. Like maybe if Justin had just put out like Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. That's the one with Sean Kingston, right? Where he was dancing around with the Supras. Like if it were like that time, then maybe I'd be like, oh, well, that was cute. But I feel like Justin, you're the Bieber at this point. You need to be blowing me away. And now that I can see other acts like Chloe and Halle doing that, even in the midst of a pandemic, my particular individual standards are pretty high for Justin. I don't know about y'all. Maybe the bar is low for y'all, but it's not for me, even in today. But it was a cute performance. You know, it wasn't bad. It certainly wasn't bad at all. Yeah. But it just was okay. A little tepid for me.
Yeah, I feel like the last few performances we've seen of Justin have been very minimal. So I actually was excited by this performance, at least with Holy. You know, the stage that they had for the People's Choice Awards was kind of like this runway. And so, you know, he was running through the runway. There were other musicians on stage. I was excited. I was lifted, whereas some of his other performances have been more kind of mellow. So I just want to see him dance again, like you said, like Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I love that song. I want to see performance. And we got a little bit last night, but I want to see more.
Alex, do you think that we're cruising into like this? I don't want to use this. Actually, let me not use this person as an example because this is a little negative. But do you think that we're seeing him sort of like go into this era where he's only specifically doing like these grown man kind of like light FM radio kind of hits? Is this it for the moment for like 3 years? We're only going to get like daddy, father, husband hits? I don't want husband hits from Justin Bieber anymore. We got a whole album of husband hits. I'm good.
Husband hit. That's genius. Husband hit. That's exactly
what he went in the studio and said, here y'all go. I need something else. Alex, how are we going to get Justin back in the studio cooking? He need to cook something else. That wasn't the cooking I needed.
Yeah, you know, I do like his new music. I appreciate it, but I want to see him dance more. I love the choreography, the Bieber, the stadium Bieber that we love.
Should I call Usher? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ring ring.
Yeah.
Usher. Yeah. Stop thunderclapping. We need you to help Justin. We need you to teach him how to learn how to moonwalk again. Can you do that? Yeah. Go ahead, Usher. All right. Call Luda too. We need that. We need it, Alex.
We need it. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get it in 2021. We just need time. Listen.
So maybe next year, sis.
Maybe next year. We'll just gotta wait. Don't have to wait for Courtney is Chloe and Halle killing it, because Justin wasn't the only performer to hit the stage on Sunday night. Coming off a huge year, the duo Chloe and Halle also performed at the People's Choice Awards, sending up a dark and sparkling performance of their hit song Ungodly Hour. The sisters gave the fans their money's worth. Take a look at the performance right here.
Hey, come on, body roll. Hey, that's my song. Ungodly Hour is a stellar album. Y'all need to listen to it on repeat. Those women have performed their particular song, Do It, like 25 million times, new arrangement. And it is everything. So in closing, stan Chloe and Halle. And debate your mothers on that, because they are superstars. If you just missed that footage.
Their outfits, that fashion was on point. The girls looked like stars last night. I'm really proud of them. I think they're really kind of, coming into their own. They're getting older. They're really commanding the stage, and I don't know. They just have star power, and I think they deserve success. So I'm excited to see them kind of, keep going.
You know what I feel like when it comes to Chloe and Halle? The same way, y'all remember when we was, and this is not a negative thing anymore, but remember when we was making fun of Dula Peep, y'all, when Dula Peep was doing the hip twist during, I think it was like One Kiss, that time, that era. Remember how it was like we knew Dua Lipa, and she had like that one song, like Do It is Chloe and Halle's song. You can't like turn on the radio out here and not hear that song. And they keep performing it everywhere. I think by this time next year, there'll be like future nostalgia levels of fame, talent, numbers, etc. So come on, girl. Yes, both of them, Chloe and Halle. And where's Little Mermaid? We're ready, Disney. Whew.
Yes, that's so exciting. I can't wait for Little Mermaid. Good for them. Good for them. But whoever did their costumes, their outfits, I need your number. The shoulders, the fit, like it was just tailored perfectly. I loved it.
They're sexy without being too grown, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yes. We'll hit it one more time. Yes. Get into the shoulders, y'all. Woo! Those girls mean business. Yes.
Who means business and scientist. Ariana Grande also won last night at the People's Choice Awards for Female Artist of 2020 and Social Celebrity of 2020. But winning wasn't the only thing Ariana was excited about, because posting to social on Saturday, Ariana shared a teaser clip from her upcoming music video, 34 plus 35. The clip shows Ariana in the lab, mixing up some new hits, no doubt. So 34 plus 35 is the second single off of her new album, Positions, and currently Ariana's 18th top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 to date. So, Courtney T-Tribe, are you excited for Ari's next music video?
I want to say hey to Todd. Todd is saying the People's Choice Awards are for people most likely never to win an Oscar. Well, listen, I'll take any award. It don't matter what kind of it is, as long as I can get one. Okay, I feel that, Todd. But Ariana, just give us the hits and let them be good visuals. Now, I like this particular tune, so I'm hoping that she delivers on the music video. Alex, random, and just gonna run us off the path just a little bit, but it really disturbs my soul when I really like a song and the music video is not it. Perfect example, no shade to her, because y'all know I like her. I just rewatched for the first time Swish Swish, Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj, y'all remember? A hit song, I don't know what it is. That music video did not do it for me. I don't know. It had nothing to do with Katie's haircut. I'm not one of y'all. But something about that music video just didn't sit right with me. Shout out to athletic people and athletes all over the world. Basketball's not my thing. And I felt like the music video should have been in the club. And I feel like Ariana will do the opposite. She's going to mix up all of the tunes, the harmonies, the ponytail fibers to give us exactly what we need and deserve. What you think, girl?
Yeah, I mean,
gonna slay us?
Oh, 100%. I really love that song too. It's one of my favorites. I love that she went from the White House. Now she's in the lab. Like, she's just taking over every career and doesn't care what anyone says. And she can.
She's a woman on the move.
You know what I did right before we went live? I went onto Dalton's Instagram because I was like thinking about it. And I was like, oh, it's not. Music video is like very sensual, and she's talking about like their, nighttime life and everything they do. And so I was like, is he that like sexy? Like, I gotta go check him out again. And we don't know much about him either, but he's very good looking. And I thought he was smaller, but he actually looks about like 6 foot or something. So he is like a man that, can handle her. So,
I said, that's a man. Ariana, that's a man, girl. Yes, you can sing about it, girl, for the full album, girl, because you got a man, girl, and we don't know him, girl. Yes. Woo!
Probably getting seen like selfies of them and him sitting down. So I was like, is he like small? But he's not. He's tall and he's good looking and he's a realtor. He's got his own career. He's independent of Ari, and I love it. So great.
And he seems to be very confident because he's still with her. So Come on, Dalton. Don't fail us now. And stay off social media.
But yes, I'm excited for this music video and can't wait to see what she's cooking up in that lab, right?
Me too. I need it. Come on, Ariana.
I know. Okay. Well, Courtney, it's time to let us into those gates. You got that key? Because beep, beep.
I can't get over this. Groundskeeper Courtney. Okay, if you guys are set for all of the tea from behind the Car Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Car Jenner Tea Time. Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself. Hey.
Okay, so we're still talking about Larsa Pippen right now because a source close to the Car Jenners opened up about their feelings regarding Larsa over the weekend. And if Larsa ever thought things would get better with the famous family, she should think again, because the source spoke to Hollywood Life about the drama surrounding Larsa's recent appearance on the Hollywood Raw podcast and said, quote, "The Kardashians are continuing to remain unfazed by Larsa's words anymore at all, and they feel she did this interview at the right time for her and her career. They're turning their heads and feel she's just using this as an opportunity for publicity." So we spoke about the revelations last week on the show, how Larsa claimed that Kanye had poisoned the family against her after she stopped taking his late night calls, which is weird. She also spoke about how she was originally seeing Tristan before Khloe and even introduced the two of them, leading to the relationship. Well, Car Jenners have pretty much denied all of Larsa's claims. Courtney, what did you think of this nail in the coffin for Larsa? Do you think she can recover from this, or do you think, she'll never be friends with them again?
I don't think that Larsa will ever be friends with the Car Jenners again, and I don't think that she should. I have a really big question. It's very important that I want to ask you, Alex, and the Tea Tribe. And if you're watching after the fact, please answer this because it's a real life question. I really would like y'all's insight and advice on this. Say you have a really close friend, Alex, and you and the friend fall out. If the friend starts airing out all of your personal information, was that person ever a friend? What do you think, Tea Tribe and Alex? No? Why do you say that, Alex?
Why do I say that? Because
yes,
I don't know. I have issues with this because sometimes I think how I act is how everyone will act, and that's not the case. And I've learned that the hard way. So me as a friend, I would never air your dirty laundry because I would still have, even if we had a big falling out, I would still have respect for you and respect for our friendship that we did have. So I don't think that's a friend. What do you think, Courtney?
I feel the same exact way. I'm not in a situation. I'm not, honestly, but I've been in situations where like I've fallen out with someone and even they have gone like publicly, like online, and like bashed me, and I still like said nothing, even to this day, like nothing at all.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think that if there was loyalty and respect in that friendship, then it would still be somewhat existent even after the friendship has been dissolved. Lorian is agreeing. Lorian in the chat is saying that person was never a friend. Valentina is saying no. Wendy is saying same, Alex. And I agree. I feel like that's what Larsa did. To make clarity out of the reason why I asked that question. I feel like she was like family to them, always around. Right. She was the whistleblower on Jordan. But girl, once it got a little stormy in your neck of the country, all of a sudden you was airing out all of the dirty laundry in the basket, and I really don't like that. And I think that it's a poor quality to have as a friend and as a human. So I don't think that she'll be back behind the gates.
No, I agree. I also think that, in the same podcast, she said that Kim was kind of like a sister to her. So it's even, thicker than friendship. She's considering this person like a sister to her. So at the same time, you're saying that this sister of yours, husband, would call you late night to talk about his problems. I mean, that's weird. That's implying, even though you're not saying things, that's implying that you have a separate relationship, late night. It's just weird. And I don't know why she felt the need to go there. Even if it is true, even if it's nothing bad and they did have a friendship and he did confide in her and he trusted her, what are you doing with that information? Why are you, Kim, the only person that can maybe vouch for her and maybe let her back into the family, now that's over.
Yeah, if I were Larsa, I feel like, I can't speak for her because I don't know what they have said to her or what they have done to her, because let's not say that they're completely innocent, the Kardashians, girl, because we know they're not. But I just feel like she probably would have had a chance getting back in with them had she just stayed silent. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Even when the whole world was throwing tomatoes at Jordan, she did an interview that was very much focused on her with the red table talk, and then it was kind of like, well, now she's shaking it in a thong and selling eyelashes in athleisure. So I kind of wish that Larsa would have done the same thing. However, Alex, I've been saying for like a year now that something with Miss Larsa is not clean, and here it is. It's all come out. That's the kind of person that she is. So would you want to be friends with someone like that? Or stay in a friendship with someone for fear that if you dissolve the friendship, they're going to go and tell all your information? Though that's what you call like a toxic relationship. And that's why I got like 5 friends.
No, I think the classy move is to just stay silent. Just, even if you feel a certain way, I do think people should stand up for themselves, but I also think that this wasn't the way to do it. There's a much better way to kind of handle, your perception and your friendship in the public. All right.
Talking about somebody's husband.
Yeah. It's too much. Okay, well, something else that's too much is this next story, because fans have found an entirely new way to criticize Khloe on social media. Rather than focusing on, her look, this time they're calling out her recent sponsored post she shared to her Twitter account. So Khloe posted this sponsored post last week for Nurtec OTD, a migraine medication. She wrote, quote, #sponsored with #Nurtec OTD. I dared to reimagine life with #migraine. From launching new businesses to spending time with family, I'm dreaming bigger, and so are others. Ask your doctor. She linked Nurtec. Most common side effect was nausea. So now fans are predictably coming for her in the comment section with posts such as, quote, celebrity-sponsored drugs is a big no for me, and, quote, this is so wrong. Now, this is not the first time a celebrity has endorsed a medication or been kind of a spokesperson. Like, this is normal. This happens often. And certainly not the first time a Kardashian has done this. So what do you think of all this backlash coming to Khloe over this post? And do we need a list of approved products that celebrities can endorse?
I feel like, Alex, I feel like when we were younger, the Kardashians, they were endorsing like Hydroxycut and all of that. Remember that when it was like, you want to lose weight, trim spa, Hydroxycut, like all those like weight loss diet pills and stuff like that. So I don't really see, and I don't want to sound ignorant to y'all with migraines because I might just be, but y'all don't have to buy what Chloe is selling, right? Y'all could just get what your doctor prescribes, or like go and get some Excedrin, depending on your pain level. I don't see what the big deal is. ... Question mark. Is there something I'm missing, Alex? Why are the people upset?
See, I don't as well. I think that Chloe has been open having struggled with migraines. Migraines are extremely painful. I've had bad migraines before. Like, they're not something you should take lightly or joke about. If she used this medication and it worked for her, even if she's getting paid to do it, of course, she's a celebrity, I don't see any problem with this. And I don't necessarily understand why there's so much backlash. Maybe there is something we don't know about, but strictly her just kind of endorsing a product. I will say, does it come better from a doctor, a medical professional? Sure. That would probably make the most sense. But like we said at the beginning of this is not the first time a celebrity has endorsed, medication or a diet product or anything like that. So I don't understand. Maybe there's something we don't know.
Alex, what's different from Chloe standing up there talking about help your headaches versus Jamie Lee Curtis standing in the supermarket aisle talking about Activia if you can't poop? What's the difference?
Exactly.
Fiber versus fix your migraine. What's the difference? Y'all mad at Jamie Lee? No, y'all are not mad at that icon because y'all will have to deal with me. So I don't really. They're influencers. They're a family of influencers because y'all made them that. So like, why are y'all mad at them clocking in and doing their job? Of course, I made fun of Chloe and the Febreze, but that's because she looks silly. This is like, y'all are really, really, really upset. So it's like,
yeah, and like I think Lady T Joy, doesn't she get a cut? Yes, I'm sure she does. Make money if you do purchase this and all of that. I'm sure they've worked all of that out. But at the end of the day, if the medicine helps you, I'm here for it. We're helping people. I don't think it's that bad. You know what I mean? If it makes you feel better.
I feel like if y'all feel some type of way, then that's when you go and you call your doctor and you say, do I need this? And when your doctor says no, then you release your emotion and attachment from it. Because y'all really shouldn't be so crazy upset about this. Right?
That's true. Chloe is not a medical professional. Make sure you call your doctor and ask, is this right for me, with your own medical history? But I don't know. People love to hate on them. They just love it. They can't get enough.
Girl, they just love to hate them, and especially that Miss Chloe. Yes, she makes dumb decisions, but she's gonna get a bag. I'll tell you that.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get into our own tea story of the day, because we're talking about Demi Lovato and her joking about her engagement with Max Ehrich at the People's Choice Awards last night. So, of course, Demi took the stage to host these People's Choice Awards. She started off the night by addressing the new stage for the show, a very interesting runway with slanted screens on either side, showing off the viewers zooming in from home. She did a few Q&As live on stage. It was cool. It was probably one of my favorite virtual awards show so far. I was engaged. I was entertained. I liked it. So Demi's opening monologue spoke to quarantine life and how we all have been trying to spend our time while locked indoors. She also had some interesting little tidbits thrown in there as well. She said this, quote, "So I did what everyone else did. I went into lockdown mode and got engaged. I got into painting, photography, meditation, tested the limits of Postmates Unlimited. Also, I didn't know this could happen, but reached the end of Instagram 4 times. I binged 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars, got unengaged, then went looking for aliens in the desert." So a very nonchalant way of addressing the Max Ehrich drama that dominated October. And I think we spoke about 172 times on the show. Demi has remained relatively quiet on the ending of her engagement, speaking out only to confirm the breakup and now. So why do you think Demi chose kind of the award show to address the engagement finally? Of course, she put out her official statement, but this is the first time we've kind of heard her after Max has went on his PR campaign. What do you think about this, Courtney?
I don't know. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, and I literally could be reaching. So, Levatics, please activate. Didn't Demi at one point, or wasn't she in talks to do like a talk show or like a talk something a while ago? I literally could be wrong or reaching or making it up. I thought that we had given that news at some point or another, and maybe it got canceled because of the pandemic and all of those things. You know how logistics work. But if that were the case, then this just could have been practice for that so we could see her in that position. But to answer your question, Alex, because we know I never be answering your questions, girl, let me stay focused. I think that she brought it up just to sort of like rid the elephant in the room. Like, I'm sure she realizes that people would be talking about that, and she probably just wanted media outlets to sort of have her opinion or thought or point of view on it, and maybe she felt like that was a really good way to do that. I'm seeing in the chat that Wendy, I think it was, saying that nobody laughed. Did you laugh, Alex?
Yeah. So it was a weird delivery. I appreciated the message. I kind of like, it's kind of like a boss way to acknowledge it, not the way Max was doing it. Like, girl is hosting the People's Choice Awards. Like, that's when she makes a joke about her engagement. Like, it kind of took the control back, so I like the way she handled it. But the delivery was a little awkward. So it could have been better. Also, we never spoke about Demi was blonde last night. She's a full blonde. So
do you like Demi Moore as a blonde?
What?
Do you like Demi Moore as a blonde? Alex, do you gonna go blonde? Do blondes have more fun? I don't know about that, girl.
I mean, Demi Lovato, not Demi Moore. Demi Moore as a blonde would be interesting. I think I like her more as a brunette, but she looked good, and I like the way she handled this. But I do want to shout out the chat because they're asking what the end of Instagram was, and that was a joke. There is no end of Instagram. It refreshes all the time. So she's just saying that she was, like all of us, obsessed on social media, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It's a joke. Clearly, so a lot of the jokes didn't hit the way they should have.
Girl, right over their head, girl. See how it went right over Lady T Joy head, girl, went right over her head. Lady T Joy was like, what the hell is she talking about? And Lady T Joy, I was feeling the same way. I said, hold on, end of Instagram. What's she talking about? But haha, Demi, girl, you did that.
Yeah, Courtney, do you think Max is going to respond?
I think that he might, to be messy. You know how Max loves to be vocal and feel like he has a voice. But I feel like in Scandal minutes, he's on like his last one, right? Have they all run out, girl? You know, you only got about 15. The clock started when I called him out for being a Selinator months before this disengagement happened, girl. Now the minutes started then. Is he on the last 30 seconds now, y'all?
I think so. I think he'll seeing his track record, he'll make some comment. He'll post like an old
on the beach, girl.
song lyric. Yeah, he's gonna do some, or one of those. Like, he will respond in some way. But all in all, I'm happy to see that she is in a place that she can kind of joke about it and acknowledge it. Seems like she's moving on, and she'll continue to have her own success. Brittany says, Courtney, that she likes Demi Moore as a blonde. So to answer your question, Brittany likes Demi Moore as a blonde.
I love a brunette moment.
Yeah, me too. But on that note, Courtney, that is all the tea we have to spill today. We had a very packed Monday. I know. Having so much fun. We forgot the show was over. But we will be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday to have a little tequila and spill tea. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're an after sipper, of course, share your thoughts in the comments below. We love to hear and read them. And Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you're looking for me after the show, you can find me on social media like Instagram and Twitter at Courtney Revolution. And then, of course, I have my own individual YouTube channel for more mess tea and etc. at Courtney Revolution. Where can they find you, Shiftman?
You can find me at all social media platforms, on them and at them, at Alex Schiffman. And Courtney, it's time to wash this tea off our hands. Everyone stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Mwah.
Yes, go on. Alrighty, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow for Tequila Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's intimate. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your Scrub your hands. It's intimate. Scrub your hands.